Okay, I think we're recording. Hello, buttercups. Jesus, I've tucked my sweater in. Oh, I still don't have a battery for that thingy. Okay, this is day 2 of taping this. I taped it yesterday, and not only was the cat on the table making a big scene, the dogs had to go in and out. Then when I finished it, it was all out of frame. So I'm trying it again today. And let's see if it works. So, how you been? I've been pretty good, thanks for asking. Today I'm going to flip through my glue book and my last journal that I've made. But I realized last night that my glue book is kind of boring, as is my journal, but we'll see how it goes. And how are y'all? Did you make it all through 2020? Did you gain weight like I did? Did you learn just how much you could drink like I did? Did you, I don't know, did you fall down lots of YouTube rabbit holes like I did and watch like bizarre things like true crime, people that buy those silicone real life baby dolls and have them in their house like babies and push them around in prams and change their diapers? It was a slippery slope of YouTube entertainment that I fell into in 2020. But yeah, so let's get going. I got my drink. I know 2020 was the year I decided, I'm just, if you're not 40% alcohol, I'm not drinking you. I gave up cider, wine, whatever, anything that wasn't hardcore, because I'm like, this is a shit year. So, yeah, it's just me and the rum now. So, okay, let's do the glue book. This is my glue book. It is just a book. And I'm gonna move this, I'm gonna move my rum over here. I am a magazine whore. And magazines are the reason why I'm gonna be so poor. I'm gonna be eating cat food when I get old. Because I love a good magazine. I've tried to cut down, and I like magazines. I don't know, I like magazines like Serial, Uppercase, Life and Time, Womanhood, Flow. I'm sort of over the Flow now, because Flow is for nice people, and I realized maybe I'm not that nice. But anyway, this is my glue book. So it's pictures of things, just big pictures from magazines that I've wanted to save. And it's pretty rough. Sometimes I go back and I put tape on pages or try to decorate them, but sometimes I don't. So yeah, so these are just images from magazines. And I also like type from magazines, because I like me some words. I love her. I knew an old lady when I was little that used to roll her stockings down around her ankles, and her name was Ruby. And she kind of reminds me of Ruby. This is just, I don't know where this is from, but yeah, I like things like this. I realize it's boring, but if there's anything else you want to talk about, let me know. These I think are from Uppercase. Uppercase has lots of really great images. It's a Canadian magazine, and it's very visually appealing. This is from Kinfolk, one of the magazines I outgrew in 2020, because even though they have lovely images, I realized I'm too old for Kinfolk. I'm of an age where Kinfolk should not be of interest to me. So yeah, I just love taking out of context, things in magazines, titles and stuff are cool. Jesus, this is boring. Sorry. This is pretty. This is also pretty. I like this. I like this. But yeah, this is pretty. I probably wouldn't have this in my house, but it is pretty. Because I don't know anything about flowers, and I'm not really attracted to flowers in the way that some people are. I'm more attracted to vegetables. This I love. I love this mosaic tiling, and I love, this is from Womankind, I think, magazine, with a good title. Why do we lie? This is more my style. Chairs. I love a picture of chairs with nobody in them. We are not precious objects. We are not precious objects, but I don't treat them as though they were. I don't think I made that up. I think that was all there. This is pretty. Again, this is too pretty for me. But I like this picture. This is it's gonna show up in this thing. This is they were called signature quilts, and so people would quilt, and then they would, and their bead, and then they would embroider their names on their quilt, which is really cool. I think that was like, this one's 1929, so yeah, back in the late 1800s and early 1900s, that was a thing to do, which I think is really cool. This lady has a kitty on her head. So this is just me. So yes. Oh, this page isn't finished. We're almost out of pages, I think. Yeah, this page, this is glued in. This is not finished. Look at this. Isn't this absolutely cool? Oh, this page is kind of done. Maybe a little bit. Oh, and this one is done. But then that's it. That is it. And then I just have a bunch of, you know, kind of cool pictures that I have to put in. Yeah. Oh, Frankie magazine. I've outgrown Frankie magazine, but luckily my youngest daughter reads Frankie, so I can take the pictures out of it because they do have great pictures. So yeah, that is that little book. I'm sorry if I'm really unenthusiastic. It's like 2021 is not off to a rip snorting start. Do you know what I mean? I'm so tired. I'm just like, every day is like just the same. And my oldest daughter was very sick most of January with COVID. And it's exhausting because, you know, I couldn't be with her, and frightening and worrying. And she's better now. She's recovering. And, but just, I'm weary of just like, people, put on your masks and stop being assholes, please. Just, you know, in the words of my dearly departed mother, who used to say to me almost on a daily basis, I'm sorry, Beverly. Did you think you were somebody special? That's what I want to say to these people. I'm sorry, Linda. Did you think you were special? No, you're not. So put on your mask and get on with life. That's what I want to say to people. Just stop it. You're not special. We're all on this planet together. So, yeah. But I'm happy. That's sad when I have to tell you I'm happy. I'm happy, just really weary. And, you know, it's so uncertain. You don't know when you're going to be able to travel. You don't know when you're going to get your vaccine. You don't know all kinds of things. So I haven't seen, like lots of you, I'm sure, I haven't seen parts of my close family for over a year. And because we relatively new to this province, we hadn't really established a bubble here. We don't have any family close by here. So we've kind of spent the last year basically by ourselves, like, because we couldn't bubble with another family. So yeah, it's been not unhappy. I mean, there's been parts of 2020 that were really great, parts are really sad. But it's just been the same. It's like Groundhog Day over and over and over again, like the movie. That's what I feel like. I feel like every day I get up, I do the exact same thing, and I'm just getting sick of it. But that being said, I could certainly find more stuff to do, because it turns out maybe 2020 just pointed a glaring light on the fact that I'm a bit lazy. So, but okay, let's look at this little journal. Let me have a drink. Okay, I really wrecked this book because it just got all fat because I was just gluing way too much stuff in it. And it's, I don't know, whenever I start anything, I start it with, because I don't really have a style. I'm not artistically inclined. So, like, I watch YouTube videos and I think, ooh, I want to be like that, or I want to be like this. And as much as I try to make myself, I'm not that. So this journal is quite plain, I think. I didn't do a lot of I didn't put a lot of stamps or, tip-ins or whatever. It's quite plain. And as always, I start off sort of with this belief that I'm going to be normal, that I'm going to make something really pretty and normal, Instagram ready. And I continue on for a little bit. This is quite, I don't know how well. I was like going to get a little stand or something, but not that there's a lot to look at here, but just magazine images, words. I have several images of these little Blythe dolls, is that what they're called? I don't think they were popular here in Canada, or if they were, I missed it, but I think these might be from Frankie magazine. And this beautiful collage paper that my friend Sheila made and sent it wrapped in something. Isn't it just gorgeous? I'm just going to pretend that you can see I'm doing this right. Because after yesterday, anything's better than that. And I just have a postcard from Uppercase in here with nothing on the back. I didn't even bother. Then this is so beautiful. This little piece of paper was from a Womankind magazine, and this little elegant little living room. And this is, again, I've relied on my World's Worst poetry book and other obscure poetry books, and I found another poetry book at the thrift shop that was called Poets Under the Influence. So it's basically poets that have written pieces while they've been drunk, high, whatever. And this is the result of it. So this poem is called Wanted. A quiet home for a small woman, handy with a calculator or duct tape, trained by masters to sit, bag, or play dead. Will not speak unless spoken to. 100 pounds of tampons included, offers accepted, no trades, please. How this makes my heart sing. This is another piece of that signature quilt that I showed you, where people embroider their signatures. And these little things were in like a Flow paper lover's book, I think. And then I just put these little things on the front, these words on the front. But I was very fascinated by these little things. And I have more of them, so I think they're going to show up in other things. So, but these are quandaries. The fish, they will swim in your absence. Your shadow, it carries no weight. The joy that you paint has a music. The road that you walk has no gate. Take that. What I do with honey. Top of the naughty charts, midnight feast, carnation milk, anchovies, and often a fruitcake. Notes on. No tea is complete without a show-off sandwich cake. So it's just foolishness, but it pleases me. These little things popping up please me very much. This is like a regular page, except this is cultural misappropriation, I think, but I am in love with that image, that t-shirt or sweatshirt or whatever it is. I just love it. And this was like, I think this was in, it was a magazine. It's like a Nordic banner that was on some pages. So I have more of that too, which I really, really liked it. I feel if I drew, I could draw this. But again, I have no artistic talent. Here's another poem called The Thing That She Took. No, I've just made that up. It's not called that. It's called The Thing She Took. She sees the kitchen, her prison, her haven, where she basted, boiled, stewed. She sprinkles water on the spotless chrome, presses hands to the toaster face, dumps the crumb tray on the floor. Licking the window thoughtfully, she sees the radio, a small bone white and jade radio with a rawhide thong. It kept her humming all those years. She opens the fridge door, puts the radio in the fruit drawer, unscrews the light bulb, puts that in her bag, and leaves. Oh, to be inside of somebody's mind when they write these is like I would give at least $20, maybe 25. This page is very simple. It's just a little rant she's having. And this is why this book got so broken, and you'll soon hear it start to crack, because I insisted. I just put so much paper on every page. I just humped it up really badly. Okay. First, I'm going to have a little bit of a rage, a little rant at Maggie Holmes. This Maggie Holmes washi tape is not sticky. I like it, but it's not sticky. And Maggie, if you're listening, I've already put glue and tried to glue it down. You are famous enough that you can make washi tape that is sticky. I know that you're beloved by people. Trust me, I like your paper. But don't call this stuff washi tape. It's just paper. It doesn't stick. So, yes. That's my rant. Sorry, Maggie. But I'm sure you'll get over it. Anyway, this page completely split. This poem was my favorite. This morning I woke up with a heart-on and zipper tracks on my forehead. I don't know, how often does that happen? And this is from another poem. Alice pauses, her bladder full, but she doesn't have words. Just gonna leave that there. This page, again, you can see I've just stretched things across. There's a mess ahead. I hope you children are getting this, because this world is pretty effed up. This is gorgeous paper. My friend gave me a Christmas present from Choosing and Keeping in London, and the present came wrapped in this beautiful paper. And do you know what the present was? It was these reproduction vintage hand-blown fruit Christmas ornaments. It was like something that, I don't know, it was like the most fanciest Christmas present I've ever received. It was beautiful, and I love them. I'm afraid now I've got to get like some kind of permanent tree to display them on. So, and this I just added, and this book belongs to a jolly good pair. This is quite self-explanatory. You will find that it is necessary to let things go, simply for the reason that they are heavy. So let them go. Let go of them. This is tissue paper from Christmas, that cheap tissue paper that has the sprinkles over it, the sparkles, and that shit was all over our living room Christmas Day. So, I hate this page. We're not even going to talk about it. It's got some more of that goddamn non-sticky washi tape on it. This page is very plain. I just love this page from Uppercase that has these vintage wallpaper swatches, which I love. And I love this little lady. She looks like she designed them. She's like, let me see. I think I can make some wallpaper. These two, they're after my heart. They're so intense. They're yearning, they're longing. Oh. This is the important thing. How our throats ached, the words unsaid, how our insides contracted with the weight of possibilities. Sexual tension. This is what I feel when I see these two. This is pretty much me, all of 2020, embracing discomfort. I told you this wasn't that great of a journal. It's kind of boring. Oh, this might be the redeeming page. Okay, this was in Uppercase, I think. Now, I put the blue paper down in the back, and then I've cut these out of the magazine, and then I've added this washi tape, which is MT washi tape, so it sticks to anything. And these are really cool. They're sort of like sayings like depression, that they've raced out the D and the E and the I, and so it's press on. You know, this is can't, where they've raced out the T, and it's like can. Doubt it becomes do it. Impossible becomes possible. I found them really, when I saw them, I was like, that's very cool. So I wanted to make it look like it was on like a bulletin board or something. So that, I did that. This, poor Beth, look at her. Beth's been unwittingly prepared for this all of her life, but will it be enough to outrun and outsmart her hunters? I don't know. This was like in a magazine of novels coming out, little like blurps from novels coming out. This was one of the novels. So she's from Frankie magazine. God knows where I got that. I don't know. Hackmatack is actually a tree. Here in Nova Scotia, we call them hackmatacks, but I think other places call them tamaracks. And I have no idea if that tree is worldwide. Because again, like flowers, don't know a lot about trees. This is pretty. This is wallpaper. This is, what is that shit? Scrapbook paper. That's what that is. This is part of a poem. She was from a book, I think a vintage, maybe an art book I think that I cut up. But this was from a poem called Letter to France. And it said, she wrote him on St. Crispin's Day. Come safe home, your grace, dear cousin. The child stirs in his sleep, safe within the walls of my womb. The castle is chill for the festival while you're away. The most important thing to note from this is she wrote it to her cousin. So, just saying. This is really dark. I apologize right now. And it's also really humpy. I mean, honestly, a child could toboggan down this hill. But it looks like something he would say. And again, this is from a poem that somebody wrote. When the sandwiches were gone, well be warned with this, my dears, it's not just the plate, it's the people in my lives. Bad enough I would eat them whole, but they sense that when they come out, they won't be the same. I consume them, suck what lives between their lies like so much marrow, and dismiss them. I just feel like I should document these things to let people know that in the world somewhere, people are pumping this stuff out and call it poetry. I think we're at the end. Yeah, we're at the end. Again, Toboggan Hill. And these two people, I have, I think, one more picture of these two, which I love these two. So they'll probably show up in another journal. There was something that was supposed to go in here that's not in there. So, but yeah, just really plain, not really exciting. So maybe maybe if I was more excited, it would be great. But no, things here are really, they're good. The shop is slowed down now, but my little online shop was really quite busy during 2020, so that kept me doing stuff. We had like a shitload of snow yesterday, I think over 50 centimeters, so that was different. And yeah, everything else is good. So I hope you're all good. I hope you're well, that you're wearing a mask when you go out. That you remember the words of my mother if you don't put your mask on. And yeah, I hope you're well. So toodaloo till next time.